New to the ever-growing range of Korda tackle are 4 bait drills. What would you need a bait drill for, you may be wondering? Well, it's very simple. The first one, and less common these days, is to drill out really hard baits. For example, a large pellet or even a tiger nut. Use a very fine drill through when a baiting needle isn't suffice. You know, sometimes you're really going to struggle to get a baiting needle through a bait like that. Specifically a pellet, you're never going to push a needle through it. So by drilling it out, you're then able to thread that onto a hair very easily. And the most common use for it is to plug your baits with cork. And these new Korda drills come supplied with cork. So why would you do that, you may be wondering? Let's say you're feeding 18mm boilies, you've got loads of them on a spot, the carp are coming in, they're picking them up. As they're doing so, they're getting used to how much force is needed to lift that bait off the bottom and into their mouth. By plugging your hook bait with cork, all of a sudden your hook bait is much lighter than those that surround it. When they pick up your hook bait, it flies straight back into their mouth and makes hooking them much easier. So it's a way of tricking the carp and increases your chance of hooking them. So what do you get in the range? What is available from these new drills? Starting from the top with a big one, we've got an 8mm drill and cork set. This is used to drill baits that are over 14mm in diameter. Of course, if you use too big a drill on too small a bait, you're just going to wreck it. So the 8mm drill is used for anything over 14mm. You've then got the 6mm drill, and that can be used with baits up to 14mm. And then we've got the 4mm drill, and that is used for baits up to 12mm in size. So pick your bait and your drill wisely. Don't use the wrong one with the wrong bait. You're going to cause yourself problems. And then last but not least, we have the 1mm drill. And as I said at the start, this is perfect when you want to drill out a pellet or a tiger nut, just to make getting it onto the hair easier when a baiting needle won't quite do the job. All of the drills have a rubber handle, which makes them nice and easy to use. They're not going to slip around. You're going to get a good grip when drilling the baits out, which is important. They've also got an anti-corrosive finish on them, so they're not going to rust and go horrible. They'll be shiny silver throughout the duration of their life in your tackle box. And the 8mm, the 6mm and the 4mm all come supplied with cork in the packet, and you can also buy additional cork for them. So should you run out, say 6 months down the line, you've used them loads, you've caught loads of fish, you need some new cork, you can buy that separately without having to purchase the drill once again. The 1mm drill does not come supplied with cork, simply because a 1mm cork is no good to anybody. Like the corks, the drills are also available on their own. So let's say, for example, you lose a drill, but you don't need new cork, you just need the drill. You can buy them like that. So you've got 3 options. Buy the drills on their own, buy the corks on their own, or buy them together as a pair. And that is going to cost you £6.49 from most Korda stockists. Or if you're a Topography member, you can use your 10% discount for a lovely little saving via Fish on Tackle. I use this in my fishing all of the time, and there's 2 main reasons that I do that. First of which is when plugging my tiger nuts with cork. It's very rare that you're going to see me use a nut straight out the bucket onto the hair and out into the lake. I always plug it with cork. It's a great little edge. And then the other occasion is with my pop-ups. Now, you'll all know, I'm sure, how much I love a squid goo pop-up, and by glugging them so heavily in the stuff, it means the buoyancy is slightly altered. And to keep the buoyancy stable and super buoyant, I plug them with cork. So even though I'm using a pop-up, I drill it out, I plug it with cork, and that means when it goes out into the lake, I don't have the fear of them leaning over. So 2 of my favourite ways of fishing, both with a bright squid goo pop-up and with a tiger nut, I incorporate this cork and the drills into my fishing, and you should most certainly do the same. And if you're going to, then look no further than this lovely little lot. You've just had a small taste of the content we produce here at Topography, and if you would like the full experience, please head over to www.topography.co.uk, where we have over 600 premium videos waiting for you.